Oh, so this must be the most heaviest and biggest Toshiba TV that I've ever picked up. I managed to drag it out of the car on my own. Luckily, the panel comes off, so I was able to grab it there and drag it in, or it would have been a lot harder otherwise. So, let's see what happens. So we got buttons here. It says it does have integrated digital TV. I think I've had this TV before, but it definitely weren't in this size. The model number, which is here. It says there's a model number. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right, now the HDMI goes in there, so that's where your HDMI goes, and then your other ports are there. So let's see if it turns on. Oh. Right. We are on, okay. Excellent, no marks on there. Right, so it's so big I can't even get the thingy in the screen. So that's what the sky looks like. I sold the TV will probably still be working before a lot of the new TVs. It's amazing. It's well over 20 years old. It's still going. And it'll probably keep going and going and going. So that's put the news on, and you can watch the news on this and not have to worry, unlike that one. Yeah, so that's the panel there.
This is about restorative justice. Now that's a process that brings together victims of crime or conflict and those responsible to try and foster some kind of healing, some kind of reconciliation. So for months now, the Restorative Justice Council, a national charity, has been trawling the UK, holding gatherings, events with some postmasters who were wronged in this scandal, and hearing from them, finding out the effects still many decades on that they're suffering, and listening to what they want, what might help with them. So important, as I've clearly stressed, this is not about the compensation, not about the public inquiry. It's about trying to move steps forward to rebuild some of these reputations. Many lives, of course, were trashed by this. And they've outlined today what the next steps will be.
Yeah,
they call it a
sounds quite good on that
process. So they will be expanding the engagement now to include children and families of some postmasters. They'll also be preparing the post office, Fujitsu, who of course designed and ran the system, and the Department for Business for what they call meaningful restorative dialogue.
We have got 16 line. This is my one for all control, or doing that teddy there. So I'll need to order a control.
For listening sessions online, including, as I say, families and children. And I think the important one here, they're going to set up what they're calling group-based circles with harmed individuals to communicate directly and indirectly with those representatives from the organisation.
When you say representatives from the organisations, at the time when this inquiry surfaced, and it's been going on for a long time, but it really gained public attention after that ITV drama a couple of years ago. There were certain individuals who were in charge of Fujitsu at the time, or the post office, who many people really wanted to take to task. And we saw some of them, of course, appear before the public inquiry. Will those individuals end up being able to sit down with those victims? Will the victims have the chance to actually sit face to face with people that they
It's not a bad picture at all.
We're many steps away from that in terms of the individuals. This is about the organisations themselves. Who they choose to put forward for that remains to be seen. We don't, of course, know those details yet. This report has just come out. We've had some reaction to it. As I said, the Restorative Justice Council